what, Michelle? I watch your show.
Oh, do you? Good.
My friends watch your show.
Do you have it on all your devices so I can really push up those ratings? Your radio, in the car, everything.
But listen, you started from humble beginnings.
I did.
You left school with no qualifications. By all accounts, you were a bit of a nuisance at school.
I was a bit of a pest, yes.
Tell me what happened.
I didn't really like school, and if any of my old teachers are watching, they're probably very pleased to see the back of me. I was just a pest, that's the only way I can describe it. When you say pest,
what was you up to? Smoking, drinking?
No, I was just annoying. I didn't really want to be at school. I didn't really see the value of what I was being taught, wanted to just be out and about. If I was at school, I was quite disruptive.
Cheeky?
A little bit, so, but I used to just twag a lot. I just used to just not be there.
What's that? Like wagging it.
Yeah, like just twag off. I don't know how else to say it. Like not go to school, just hang around other places.
In the wrong company?
Yes, very much so.
Doing what?
Probably everything that I shouldn't have been doing, quite frankly, especially into my later teenage years when I really did get in with the wrong crowd, doing a lot of stuff that I should not have been.
Okay.
We'll keep it friendly. I'll keep it family-friendly, safe.
OK, that's for another day, is it?
Yes.
So there must have been like a light bulb moment, a road to Damascus moment, that's something that clicked in your head. What was it?
Yeah, so for me, I was in with the wrong crowd, and I had a great time, by the way. I didn't realise it was the wrong crowd at the time. I had a fabulous time, so I can't knock them if any of those people watch. They were great company, great fun, but when I was 17, I lost my sister very tragically, very unexpectedly, and I went from literally having a sister 1 second to not having a sister the next, and that was a catalyst to change my life, Lee, because she was only 19 when she died, and she was my best friend, and I thought to myself, do you know what, she's lost her life, she'll never get to experience adulthood, and it just put a fire in my belly to have what I called an extraordinary life, say yes to absolutely everything, and just try and change my course, which was easier said than done as a teenager with absolutely no qualifications, no network, and no idea of what I was doing, quite frankly.
So you must have always had a fire in your belly, Michelle. It just needed life.
Only since that, I would say. Only since my sister died. Up until then, I was absolutely happy just dossing around doing not a lot, quite frankly.
And you need to continue doing that.
Yeah, but I think that there is like... because people talk about what is working class and stuff like that, and I do believe that working class people, they have like something inside them, and it's really hard to explain to someone that's not working class, but I think if you are that working class, you have this thing in your belly, like it runs through you. It does. And it's there and it's powerful and it'll make sure that you're always all right, and I can't really explain what that is, it's just a thing. So, growing up, like you said, difficult time at school, life-changing when your sister passed away. But now, you know, several years on, just a few years, by the way, a couple of years. 21 now.
Yeah, 21. You're so successful, Michelle. You know, you've done all these wonderful things. You're a great presenter on GBNews, The Apprentice. You know, and sometimes people give this country a bad name, saying it's gone to the dogs, it's shot. I don't think it has. I think it's still a land of opportunity. We see that while people are trying to get in this country. By all means, what would you say to people who's watching this now about the opportunities in this country? Well, I think the opportunities exist within you. I think you create your own opportunities, and you can look at society with whatever lenses that you want. You can look at it and go, God, it's all a load of nonsense, I can't achieve anything. Or you can choose to look at it and go, well, actually, there's opportunities here, there and everywhere. So for me, it's about how you look at them. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to have all your steps in place, right? If I do this, this, this and this and this, you just got to first and foremost make a choice. And I believe, like I talk a lot on my show, people will say, well, you've got poverty here and this person's got adversity there and then they can't achieve. That doesn't really wash with me, because we didn't get into my childhood and we ain't got time, we'll be here all day. But I had a very challenging childhood. We was in and involved with domestic violence, refugees. It wasn't pleasant at all. But when my sister died, I made a choice. And I think no matter what anyone takes away from you, they can take your job, they can squeeze your finances, but they can never, ever take your attitude from you. Only you can take your attitude. That's a great attitude, Michelle. Thank you. What gets you up in the morning, apart from your child? I was just about to say, my kid. I've got a 2-year-old. The thing that gets me up in the morning is my child. But aside from that, it's just...
I feel really blessed to be here, and I know it sounds really cheesy and rubbish and all the rest of it, but I just think being able to wake up relatively healthy is such a blessing, because so many people can't do that. And I drive everybody mad because I want to get up, I want to get out, I want to go do stuff, I don't want to sit around, I don't want to laze around. I think the day's there for the taking, and whatever you're doing, I just feel quite blessed to be able to get up, get out and about, get in amongst it, whatever that looks like.
Would you ever consider a career in politics?
Well, I did. I stood for election twice in Hull, which is what I call home. And the reason I did it, not to be a politician, I don't have this burning desire to go wandering around Westminster and drinking in the bars. It was more because...
Really? Shocking?
No, I don't. I felt, and I still feel, that I could have done a really good job of representing my home, and I felt I could have done a better job of representing my home than the people in power. And I felt and I feel my city is not as good as it could be. So that is why I stood twice. The people of Hull didn't choose me. And what can you do? Sometimes you have to take the hint and crack on with life in a different direction.
Apart from me and Marco Longi, and obviously Barry, the lefty in the corner, who's your political heroes at the moment?
I don't have one.
Not one?
No.
Not at all?
Honestly, I'm quite... when it comes to politics, yes, I'm into it for my job, but I'm not really into it. I probably wouldn't even vote if there was an election tomorrow. I know that's really terrible, because I know that the suffragettes did what they did to enable me to vote, but I probably wouldn't turn out and vote tomorrow.
So we bumped into each other a few days back on the way to the Trick Awards.
We did.
And we walked up to the red carpet, and we sort of swerved the red carpet. I didn't feel comfortable walking up there, Michelle. I know you didn't. What's all that about?
See, I do just feel like there is a part of me. So when you get to the Trick Awards, there's this massive red carpet. It's called the pink carpet on that occasion. Yeah. And everyone's queuing up to go down and get the picture taken. Yeah. And there's something about it, and I don't mean to be rude to the people that did that, each to their own, but I found it a little bit cringeworthy, standing in a queue. Look at me, take my picture, take my picture. It's not really... I know I should do that because it is kind of part of my job, but something about me just... It embarrasses me a little bit. What are you doing with a fork?
I've got a fork.
Right.
Now, just a few weeks back, Michelle, you appeared on TV as a cat, had some feline feelings, and now we want to dismiss this as just
if this is going where I think it's going, and you're about to bring out a plate of whiskers, you can bugger off.
We've got a tin of cat food here. I don't know what brand it is, but it looks...
I'm not eating bloody cat. Are you
delicious.
Mental?
Well, we're going to get it out. We're going to see if you're really a cat.
Well, no, I'm not. I am not. I'm telling you now, I'm not. You go first and I'll follow.
Go on. Shake on that. Want to shake on that?
Oh God, I don't know if you're a man of your word. Are you going to try that? I don't want to. No, I don't want to.
You're going to do it?
I don't want to eat.
Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge.
I don't want to eat ocean fish pate. I don't want to.
Well, if I have a forkful, will you have one as well? Here's a challenge.
I don't want to.
Here's a challenge.
No, can I say no?
You can say no.
I failed.
I do know a man who will eat it, actually. And that's
Can I just make something absolutely clear? I'm not a cat, right? And what I was trying to do on that episode, I just think the world has gone mad.
You failed the cat challenge, by the way.
I did fail, but I am happy to take that on the chin, because in life there are certain things that you should fail at. It's, failing sometimes is not losing, it's just being sensible. But when I dressed up as a cat, I think to myself that the adults... I have no sense of smell, so I'll take your word for it. But adults are indulging children in their nonsense, and I think it's really dangerous on a serious note. And I know that I did dress up, and I was being a bit flippant with it. Yeah. But I've got a little boy, and I worry about what he's going to grow into when it comes to schooling, because my little boy can't suddenly become a girl if he feels like that. He can't suddenly become a cow or a fox or a chicken dinner or whatever the obsession will be at that time. He's a little boy, and it worries me what these children are get taught and what they're encouraged to think and what adults are indulging. And it's like a fashionable fad, but it worries me. So I will keep speaking out about that. I don't even have a cat as well that I can put that to good use, so I feel real wasteful. Why don't you take one for the team anyway, though? Go on, Lee.
I'm not doing it.
Why?
Listen, if we shake hands and we both do it...
I'm not eating cat food.
It's teamwork, Michelle.
No, I'm not on your team. I'm on a team of one.
Team of one. Look, that's been a great interview, by the way.
Go on,
thanks for doing that, Michelle.
Take it up.
What about you, Barry?
I wouldn't touch it for $1 million.
Michelle, surely.
I would. £1 million? Definitely out for that.
I'd do it for $1 million.
I'd do it for $500,000, actually.
But seriously, Barry, what about the old cat debate, children presenting as cats? What do you think about that?
Look, the school said that no child had, but, you know, I was listening to what Michelle said about her child and how much she supports that wee one. And whatever that child wanted to do when they were 10, 12, 13, 14 years of age, if they said, look, I'm gay, if they said I'm trans, I know that Michelle would support her child come what may. Come what may.
No. If my child said to me, Mummy, do you know what I want to do? I want to jump off that 10-storey building because I think I can survive heights. I'd say, no, son, don't be daft, you're not doing that. If my son said to me, I'm gay, then of course I would accept that he's gay, of course.
Yeah.
If he said to me, Mummy, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, my reaction to that wouldn't be, of course you're a girl, so now let's call you Josephine.
No,
my
of course
reaction
not.
to that, Barry, would be, son, you're not a girl, you're a boy. It sounds like you're a very unhappy little boy, so what do we do to help you become a happy little boy and embrace who you actually are? That would be my response.
Yeah, and that would be a really caring response. But there's another way of looking at it, and that's to understand that there's sex, so you're born male or female, but there are also things that you learn, that you're conditioned into, and that's masculine and feminine. That's the roles of being a boy or a girl. And sometimes, I think, in this debate, we confuse male and female with gender, sex with gender. They're separate, and that's why people do get confused about that issue, and that's why it is important to actually have that understanding and help people make that transition if that's where they want to be.